Okay, everyone, welcome back to Alien Isolation. Hopefully we'll be able to finish it. This game has been a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, and I feel like it should have been shorter than what it was. The last spectacle of what we just went through the past couple hours was really unnecessary, and it just feels like a Michael Bay film. They just basically threw all this crap in and was hoping that it would stick, and it's not what the game should have been. I feel like that they diluted its intentions. I do know that this is one of my first commentaries, so I was quiet a lot through the night. Part of it is because the game really does require a lot of intense concentration with listening for audio cues and for sight, and so hopefully we'll be able to get this thing up and running. Give me just one moment. I'm trying to get my stream, making sure it works correctly. Okay, it looks like that we're live. Okay, good. Yeah, it was also extremely loud, that little finale portion. So now we've got a whole bunch of aliens on the loose. We didn't see a queen down in the hive. Spoilers, by the way, for those that haven't played the game. I apologize. But it looks like that there were more than one alien, which makes sense for the most part. And what that means is that there's a bunch of aliens all over, which explains how the aliens are able to get around so much. It doesn't explain why it was hunting alone, because they aren't really... They should have hunted more in a pack. But we'll get more into that. I'm just testing out my stream, making sure everything works, letting everyone know that we are going to go ahead and go live. Okay, let's wrap this up. After this, I might do some Survivor gameplay. I think that the Survivor gameplay is infinitely better than the story. I believe that if they had 10 to 15 maps of the Survivor mode and then loosely put a story together, I think that would have made the game much better. As it is, this is just a lot of freaking silliness. It's interesting that my opinions and review of the game is pretty spot on from what I was being cautioned by as red flags during the development team. The fact that they included lots of humans, that there were androids on the station, that the length, the AI, there was a lot of things that to me screamed that it wasn't quite what we wanted, and so I'm kind of glad that I made that the right call. And so, okay, without further ado, we are going to the engineering transit station. Okay, so I am here. Where am I going? Do I need to turn something on? Am I in engineering? Okay, I am. Reactor coolant plant. Okay, so it looks like that most likely what we're going to do is we're going to set a self-destruct to the space station. We're going to escape, and as much as I want the game to have ended already, for crying out loud, I'm sure we're going to be getting more of the same. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if... what's its bucket? Sorry, I'm not remembering the names from this morning. I have a feeling that he's probably going to backstab us, the guy that we were talking to. Not Samuel's, Tyler, but the girl that we were with. We still haven't heard what happened to her yet, so I'm thinking that there's going to be some sort of a confrontation on the space shuttle. We're going to see the facehugger. There's going to be a CT scan, all this kind of good stuff. So we will proceed as we go. That being said, I really do. I like the visuals. I like the art direction. I like the music for the most part when it's not... it's not killing my ears. The last few hours, I thought the hospital wing scene was long. It took a long time to get from place to place. I'm extremely glad that the hive area was not anywhere near as long. But it was really ridiculous. It was totally unneeded. It felt like such a cop-out. There's a bunch of things in here that I really think that they've actually done more harm than good for the franchise, especially when it comes down to the whole the Mythos and LV-426. Why do we keep going back to that planet? Why is that ship not been destroyed yet? Like, it just seems that they keep adding these ridiculous, far-fetched schemes, and nothing seems to be working. And so I'm not happy about that at all. And so hopefully we'll be able to take out our aggression.
It had its back to me, walking down a corridor like it was the most natural thing in the world. I hid, but when I looked up, it wasn't there. I think it went into the floor, maybe the ceiling. Sevastopol's a maze. Could be living anywhere. This must be what the marshals have been chasing. This shouldn't have been kept from me. Chief out.
Okay, so looks like we're back to this area again. The Umbrella Corporation. Okay, and there's save. Okay. By the way, I want to thank everyone for watching. You guys have been pretty good. I shouldn't say you've been pretty good. You've been great. And then again, this is my first one of these, so hopefully lots and lots of feedback. Not another one of these again. Please don't rape my ears. I dislike that there's no rain. Rain. No rain. Rain. Where am I going? Okay. Get the engineering trans. Okay, so that's where I came from. So what am I missing? But it was interesting with the whole hive. So it does explain some things, but it doesn't explain others. So it explains why people were being taken away. It explains why the alien, in theory, has been around for a while, because there could have been multiple of them at different times. Even if I don't necessarily buy that, somebody would have known that there was more than one. It wouldn't have just been, you know, a single guy, you know, loan sharking it, as you will. So, but we didn't see a queen. And I'm wondering if that's going to be one of the final confrontations. Okay, get to the engineering transit station. I am. To engineering? Is that where I want to go? We'll try this. For the most part, the map's been okay, but right now and a few times, it really isn't helpful at all. Sometimes it won't point you at all. Sometimes it'll point you in the wrong direction. It just kind of seems ridiculous. I love the sound. The sound really is very well done. But where's the chains? Like, I hear chains, but I don't see them, which is unfortunate. Maybe it didn't. Maybe I was supposed to go this way, and that's why it didn't happen the way it was supposed to. Because I was backtracking, and I think that the scripted events didn't run that we're supposed to. That thing looks like a perfect alien head from a distance. I kind of wish that they were a little bit more sneaky like that, instead of the lumbering, brutish hulks. That they kind of laid better traps, try to blend into their scenery more. Wait a minute, why am I getting another one of these? I was here earlier. I'm not sure why this gun is here again. That's probably a bug, I'm thinking, because I already picked it up and there was no animation or sign or anything. Oh well. A couple more bullets never hurt, right? Yeah, a few more bullets anyway. And now my gun doesn't make any sound. Do any of my guns make sound? Okay, so that makes sound. Weird. Must be a couple of bugs. Okay. Follow the red and yellow cord. Ketchup and mustard tubes. For a while, though, as much as I really dislike the androids and stuff, it is nice to be able to run. I don't know why you have run in a game when you can't use it for a good chunk of it. It doesn't really make much sense. Okay, let's save. Give me 1 second, I'm just readjusting my microphone. Okay. And I've been in that. Oh, can I go open this now? Oh no, I need a hacking tool, not... Yeah. So I must be getting into the Hackmaster 3 pretty soon. Okay, let's go to the air vents. So is this up floor or down a floor? What? I wish it would tell you the engineering transit station. Is it down? I wish like that would... The engineering transit station. I don't know. Wait, no. Engineering would be up, not down. Yeah. I also don't really like the whole, like, I do agree that some games, like, I think this game would have been better if it was taken from the direction of Dead Space. In Dead Space it was pretty linear, but it still kind of felt open because you were still seeing places. This game is very open, but it still feels very linear, which is an interesting direction, and I don't necessarily think I agree with it. Okay. Give me a moment. I need to reorganize my directions. Okay, so I can't get into there. That just leads to a save thing. Let's try this tool shop. Let's go back the way we came. We can't. Awesome. So this is where we came from. So I don't have Molotovs or pipe bombs, so I'm going to start crafting stuff once I start picking things up again. There's quite a few graphical glitches in this game, I'll tell you that. I don't think I care about these anymore. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Let's go ahead and start crafting stuff. I want at least a Molotov. Pipe bomb was pretty decent. Let's go ahead and start making some med kits. Okay, so Molotovs, I think pipe bombs were some of the better items. So we'll craft some of these. Let's go ahead and craft a Molotov. I can't. Let's do an EMP mine. Absolutely. Why can't I craft? Oh, I need more scrap. Wow. That's a first in a while. Okay. Ethanol. gonna laugh. The one time I actually want scrap is when I can't find any that I left behind. There's nothing that way, right? Yeah, it's just a tube. Okay. Ethanol. Bonding agent. What I wouldn't give for some scrap. What was that? Bullets. Already got the map. Come on, scrap. I really would love for some scrap right now. Okay, so I can't craft anything. Let's get some things prepared. So ethanol we've seen a few of. We've seen a few compound agents. We've seen... Oh, I can't craft that, so... Pipe bomb. I need some of those charges. Medkit. Noisemaker. Oh. Okay, so I should be able to pick up these ethanols at least. So there was one in here. Bonding agent. Okay, let's make a medkit. And then there was another one in here. Gotta go back for that booze. It was over here, right? Was it back one? No? Interesting. It would have been interesting if during the high portion you were actually able to kill aliens with the shotgun. I didn't try. I have a feeling that they would have been immune to being killed, which I don't know. I just... When you base your game around a single entity like that, and then you just shove all this crap... I don't know. I just really dislike that last portion. I really, really think that it just kind of ruined whatever good this game had. I also think that they... I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's not a terrible game. Honestly, if it was something besides an alien, I think it would have been better. But I'm holding it to the standards of the franchise, and there's certain things about the mythos, about the lore, about what aliens can and can't do, or won't do in this case, there it is, that I feel that a lot of games just kind of go to make a quick buck without thinking, oh good, scrap. Can I make you now? No, still short on crap. Okay. Something with ethanol. Let's put ethanol in there. And so it was just kind of... I feel like a lot of companies take very artistic liberties without really understanding what it is that they're trying to do. So I was at the transit station in the beginning, right? I mean, I know I'm going back, but... I think what a couple of ways that this game could have really been salvaged. I think that the first is I get stuck. Ugh, colossal waste of time. So there was a air duct, but not out of here. Awesome. Oh, come on. So I think a couple of ways that this game could have been salvaged is I think that if they... so the survival mode, it pits just you against one alien, and it's a relatively confined level. It basically, there's optional objectives and a scoring system. It's secondary to actually getting past and actually beating it. What I really like about it, though, is that it makes sense for the alien to keep hunting you if it thinks you're in the same area. If you're in a sprawling space station like this, if it doesn't find you, it should move on. And that's pretty consistent with like how an alien would hunt. Like, it's not going to hang around and try and follow the one person that it can't find. It's going to go where the easy targets are. And so everybody should be dying left and right. So it makes sense to do it in more confined areas. You suddenly escape the alien. That can be the backdrop of the actual story for the mission level. And then it's your goal to beat it, get past, all that kind of fun stuff. And then that way it really shows kind of how the alien kind of hunts you down, and maybe each level it learns another trick or two. And I think that that would have been an interesting game. You don't have this sprawling super fortress of space station. And I think that that would have been extremely well done. Let's go ahead and make my EMP mine so I can start using my chargers. And bonding agents. Perfect. Oh, now I'm short. Molotov. I need something. That was okay. And so, it's... I don't know. So that's one way to do it, is to kind of do it more of a scenario-based system, similar to the survival. In one mission, you can still do the objectives, you can still try and help the station, but it's a lot more confined, it's a lot less rigid, and yeah, go from there. Now, the interesting thing with that, where does this go? This goes back here. I think I'm supposed to go up. No, I'm not supposed to go down. Son of a biscuit. This station. The other one was have it be more open, similar to Batman Arkham City, in that you have different factions. You have the Weyland-Yutani favors. You have the conglomeration. You have all these different factions, and then you have an alien in the loose. And so I would remove a lot of the gunplay. This game is trying to be a shooter at times when it really doesn't have the mechanics for it, and it really shouldn't have been any focus of time at all. I think that would have been a step in the right move, or a step in the right direction, and so you can influence things. So if you favor one faction over another, they will be more friendly to you, giving you supplies and stuff, and the other factions, maybe a cross-faction system. So whenever you help Weyland-Yutani, the Sigsons would be more hostile, be less inclined to help you out. That opens now? Oh, that would have been nice to know. And so you basically have an alien that you can kind of use to your advantage at times, but it's basically on the loose. So the more noise you cause in certain areas, I probably wouldn't have made it a space station, because the space station is really freaking huge. Even on a ship like the Nostromo, I think that you could have had plenty of room for content without having to go through repetitive areas and this and that. Okay, so now that I actually have need for this stuff, feels like everything's respawning, like item-wise. I wonder if you reset the game if that's kind of the case. Okay, so I'm here on my map and it's not telling me where I need to go. I don't get it. Get to the engineering transit station. I am at the transit station. And I think it would be kind of a cool system that you would have these different factions. When one goes up, one goes down. Maybe there would be a way to make everybody friendly towards you, and that's maybe one of the end goals. I don't know, but there's a lot of different room that you would have to be able to play with that, and I think that would have been a very interesting scenario indeed. Do I have anything that uses ethanol? No. Medkit? No. Flashbang, no. EMP. Oh, I can craft you, though. Molotov. I really should have saved that extra sensor. So let's do a blasting cap here, that there. Maybe if we're lucky we'll find another sensor in this room. And we can make that item and then start dumping our ethanol, start replenishing our stock. Because that hive level, ridiculous. Ridiculous. Okay, so I'm here and it doesn't say where to go or what to do. I don't... Get to the engineering transit station. I am at the transit station. Where am I going? Medical facility. Okay, see that... okay, medical facility. Medical facility over here. Let's see if this summons the beast. If they did want to keep this game for what it is, on the space station with a single alien, which was its original idea, I think the game should have been 4 to 6 hours and maybe 15 to 30 bucks, probably around the 20 to 25, depending on how many missions it comes out with, or just, you know, have it come with 10, pay $20 for 10 missions, and each other one after that is like $1 or $2, because you're basically already got the AI, you've got the system in place, you're just creating objectives and levels, and you don't need to have dialogue necessarily, you can use logs, and so there would be a lot of replayability content, maybe even have an editor for people to create, and that would have been really, really well received, I think. This is just too much. I both love and hate, loved and hated the medical wing. That was pretty frustrating. All the parts with the androids was really just stupid. The androids are really strong.